everybody. I hope you're excited to join me on our messy to minimal journey. This is episode 3 of the kitchen. So we're going to tackle the third section of the kitchen. So today that includes under the sink, these drawers, that, and those 2 cabinets right there. Now this I would touch, and I probably should. It's just got some knickknacks and things that can probably honestly be put away and find a new home. But my canisters are going to stay there. So let's jump right into that. And we're going to go ahead and start with under the sink. Let's go. Okay, so some of you might remember that I just recently reorganized this, and it's clearly not working because it's a hot mess. So I'm going to pull everything out. Most of this stuff I'm keeping because I did just go through all of this stuff. I have some empties. I'm going to go ahead and pull out some things I haven't used since I reorganized this, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. So let's start right here. First of all, this Lazy Susan is awesome, and it's working very well to keep all of these commonly reached things right where I need them. I actually don't think that looks pretty bad, and I think this is going to be a much more useful system. So keeping my mop pads there to mop things. These are my everyday reaching cleaners. Stuff I grab pretty often is my dish soap, disinfectant wipes, and the dusting stuff. And then I have all of my Jaws cloths and my Norwex. So I think that looks pretty good for under here. I got rid of this, which is pretty much just all trash that I was keeping for no reason. So I feel like that's pretty good. Now onto the drawers, which are going to be much more of a headache. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. Now this drawer is like my Ziploc bags, foil, saran wrap, and apparently random papers. So this needs to be gone through and organized much better. This is snacks. So I have snacks in here. Most of this stuff needs to get off the counter and put into the snack drawer. This is silverware, which I want to go through and weed out the baby silverware we don't use. And pretty much everything else is going to stay in here. So let's start with this drawer. Really good. I like it a lot. Good to go. Okay, so now let's figure out what of this stuff can like leave the counter right now and what actually is here that needs decluttered. So that's what it's supposed to look like. That basket is for fruit. And so that is a tomato. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name of that. This is where we keep Naomi's hearing things. So we have her hearing aid and her CI in here and her headband and her hair ties to keep her hair out. So this is what we're going to start with. Oh my, it's a mess. Okay. Okay, so that looks really good, much better. If you're curious as to why I'm keeping these, I use those to open the trapdoor on Naomi's hearing aid to change the battery. So now, these guys. It's really not that bad. All of these, okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You might be asking yourself, why do you have 12 plates? Because they came in packs of 6, and I didn't know that. And so I bought 2, thinking I was getting 6, and in fact I got 12. I thought they came in packs of 3, but they came in packs of 6. That's what I'm trying to say. So, we don't need to keep all of these. If we have more than 6 people coming over, 9 times out of 10, we use paper plates. So, I think we cut it in half and get rid of half. Wow, that's going to be a big thing. 1, 2, 3, 6. It's kind of freeing, I'm not gonna lie. That's a much better use of my space. Much better. I didn't even remember these were up here, so I feel like they can go. And I keep my pie plates and my pie cutter, but I'm keeping these for my mother. When she comes back, I'm going to give them to her, so. Surprise, Mom! So, I have that spot, which would be great to get some of my glassware out of the dining room and in here, so that's good. So that looks great! I love that. Okay, next. Here's the thing. Cups are my weakness. So let's do this. First of all, the Christmas cups can be put away. These are Kevin's cups that he drinks out of. My cups. I drink out of. Okay. I don't use this anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of both of these because I have my Yeti now and I drink out of my Yeti. This one. And then I also have my 2 other stainless steel tumblers that I drink out of more than I drink out of these. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Okay, let's see here. These are lids for my mixing bowls. I want to keep those. So I actually have quite a bit of room to get glassware in here now. Yes, I have some cups that are dirty that I'm going to need to put back in here. So I need to remember that. But I think that's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, so aside from the Christmas cups I pulled out, here's everything I decluttered from those 2 cabinets and these drawers right here. And I got rid of a ton of trash, so they're looking really good. So far, we have finished, as of today, all of the cabinet sections. So if you remember, we started with section 1 right here, and then we moved on to section 2 right here, and today we just finished section 3. Oh, I need to grab some stuff off of here. So we keep Naomi's toothbrush and toothpaste right here, so that's going to stay. My zester, but these candles can get put with the birthday stuff. And I want to get a hook and hang these. These are really cute. They were a wedding gift from Kevin's grandma. So I think that's good. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and declutter these excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and declutter these Target dollar spot measuring cups that I broke the 1 cup on. So they can go. So that looks good. Awesome. Okay. You guys know the drill. I always get super warm doing that. So I'm going to grab a drink. These are my favorite healthy energy drinks. You can get them at Sam's Club. They're the best. And a good alternative to pop. And they have way more flavor than like LaCroix or bubbly or anything like that. Okay. So, you guys, week 3 done. 1 more week in the kitchen, and then the kitchen is fully decluttered in our first pass. I kind of mentioned this in passing a couple times, but my plan for Messy to Minimal 2023 is to go through the house at least twice. The whole house, every room, every nook, every cranny, every drawer, every shelf, once at least, possibly twice. The goal is to get rid of 20% of our stuff. That is my end goal. So I feel like I've done a really good job. I have 2 boxes that I decluttered out of the kitchen, and I've kept only things that I'm using. And I'm pretty impressed with myself. I think I did a really good job. So we have one more section left in the kitchen, and that is going to be next week, and that is section 4. So in section 4, we have that fake pantry and the island that has a bunch of stuff on it that needs to be gone through, and it also has like a mini junk drawer that needs to be gone through. So we'll do that. And as you guys know from a couple weeks ago, we decluttered my pantry cabinets, so I have more space to work with. So a lot of that stuff I'm hoping I'll be able to get over here. We'll see. I'm not sure. Also over here, there's more space too. So we can kind of maneuver and work things around to make room for what we have. Get some of the smaller stuff on those shorter shelves and make room for the taller stuff in this cabinet with the bigger shelf. So it's kind of where we are. I hope that you guys are excited to continue on with this messy to minimal journey with me. I am very excited to have made the progress that we've made so far. I am excited to see what will all get removed from our house. If you guys don't know, I'm decluttering in the way that I clean. So I have my house broken up into 4 zones, and I clean 4 days a week in each of those rooms, and then I leave the last few days of the week for catch up, missed days, and deep cleaning. So that's kind of what my plan of attack is. And then once I've finished the 4 zones in the house, then I'm going to start tackling miscellaneous areas that I don't necessarily clean, like the garage and things like that. So next up, we have our last week of the kitchen, and then after that will be our very first week in the dining room. So we're going to do dining room for 2 weeks and living room and playroom for 2 weeks. So that will be the next set of Messy to Minimal episodes after the kitchen is done. So I'm excited. I am really proud of myself. Okay, so I'm trying to be super intentional about this process, not rush through it, not tackle the kitchen in one day, and just as I'm going throughout my life these past few weeks, I literally think to myself, whenever I open a drawer, what would I get rid of in here? What would I get rid of in here? And I feel like that is helping me get over my mental barrier with things. Like, for example, this baby spoon. Every day this week that I've opened the drawer and pulled out a utensil for the girls, I've never reached for this spoon. And I thought to myself, I never grabbed that spoon. It was free in a bag that I got when I was pregnant, and we never use it. So every time I would pull out some kids' silverware or put back some kids' silverware and see the spoon, I thought to myself, when I get to this drawer, I think I'm going to get rid of that. Then there was this spoon. This spoon, I saw it and I thought, it's more of a flat spoon, so it's meant for more infants, and it's small, and the way the handle is shaped is meant to help little tiny, tiny babies who are learning how to grasp, not where my kids are right now. And I thought to myself, oh, I bet I could keep that for future kids. I could definitely keep that for future kids. And the more I thought about it, and every time I opened the drawer, I never reached for it. I saw it. And then I saw all the other baby spoons that I had for smaller babies. And I thought, when did I use this one with my kids? I think I used it with Naomi once when we were trying different spoons with her to see if that would help with her eating. But we ended up having to go to feeding therapy. That's a whole other story. And I finally got over the mental block of this spoon. And so I knew before I opened that drawer that these 2 spoons were going to go. But I was ready to let this one go, and I was not ready to let this one go, especially when I started this week out. I was like, I think I could keep this spoon and put it away for a future baby. But the more I looked at it, and the more I processed what is in this drawer, what am I reaching for in this drawer, I was able to come to the conclusion that I don't need this. Now, I don't know if I would have opened this drawer for the very first time with the mindset of I'm going to get rid of stuff out of this drawer and thought, let me get rid of that spoon. I probably would have been like, oh, I'm going to save that, and moved on right away and never gave it a second thought. But I think this intentional process of living through my decluttering is helping me decide what can stay and what needs to go. And that's kind of what I hope that you guys are learning and seeing me go through as I'm learning, is that you don't have to do I'm going to declutter an entire room in one day. You don't have to do that. In fact, the more intentional, small decluttering, I think you'll get rid of more. If you're like, okay, in this specific drawer, what can I get rid of? And if I wasn't filming, if I wasn't filming this for YouTube, I would probably try to do one drawer, one shelf, one cabinet a day and break it up even more than what I already have it broken up down into. I probably would have been like, okay, today I'm going to do the silverware drawer, and that would have facilitated in that process of taking my time. So take your time with it, you know. I was watching Callie Bransford on What First Coffee, and she was talking about how she has a box that she puts things in that are her maybes, and she writes the date on them, and she keeps that box for 6 months. And she said, if in 6 months I haven't reached into this box and pulled out whatever it is that I put in this box, then clearly I don't need it and it's already boxed up and I can just put it in my car and take it to be donated and get rid of it. And I thought, that is what I want to do to maintain my declutter when I'm done. I'm gonna have a 6-month box that I just put some stuff in, put the date on it, close it up, and if I ever reach for it, cool, then that thing can stay. But if I don't, then that box is out of here. And I think that's gonna be a good practice to try to implement to keep my mindset of keeping things out of my home. Remember, I'm trying to create pathways for things to leave, just like we have pathways for things to come into our home. So anyways, enough of my ranting and talking about what I'm doing. You saw what I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Messy to Minimal, and I will see you guys all next week for the very last time in the kitchen on this first time around. But for now, good night. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.